Yeah, you're going on both, right?
Okay.
So you got some questions? Why don't you go with those ones I already wrote you on the fan page?
Okay.
Introduce yourself too.
All right. First, we want to start off by saying, hey, thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate it so much. Thank you for joining our live Ustream. Hopefully you'll get the answers that you're looking for some of your questions. And we had a couple questions already messaged to us. The first one being, what part of Boston are you from? I was born and raised in Boston. I grew up in a small town called Wayland, Massachusetts. And then we moved to Natick, Massachusetts. Go Red Sox. So Brandon actually was born here in California and moved out to Boston when he was, 12?
Yeah, so
and then grew up in Boston. So basically, he's from Boston too. I think.
well, yeah, I mean, I was out there for like 25 years, so I think 25 years is quite a while.
Yeah.
I'm from Wellesley. It's a small, rich town, and it's a nice little town, about 20 miles west of Boston. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. Moved back out here and still keep in touch with everybody back there.
Okay, the next question we got was, how did you get involved in storage hunting? Funny story to that. When I first met Brandon, I didn't quite know what he did. We're going back about 16 years, and he eventually told me that he actually bought storage units and then resold the contents. The first thing I thought of is, oh my God, we're going to starve. And you know what? It's been a pretty lucrative business, and he's great at what he does. He's got a great eye. He's taught me everything I know. And you know what? It's just gone from there.
And I got another question. I got to put up my phone. So another question he had was, did we buy storage units back east? Is that right? Back east? Well, yeah, obviously we're from Boston. Storage auctions back east are huge. They're just as big as they are out west here. And, you know, that's where I started out at. The merchandise is generally a little better back there. It's a lot, well, definitely a lot better quality. But it's still crapshoot on what you buy. Not every bin that you buy is a winning bin. With that being said, you know, I do miss the scores I used to get out there because most of my best scores came from back there as far as antiques and that sort of thing are concerned. I've heard some talk that, you know, they're not really big back east. I can certainly tell you that, you know, as I said, they're just as big back there as they are out there. We don't really have cattle auctions or whatever.
Oh, they can't hear us. Hold on.
You got to be kidding me.
All right, hold on. I'm looking.
He's saying it's really low. See, the thing's not
All right,
right.
hold on. Is that better? Can anybody hear me now?
How about now? Turn up your mic.
I did turn up the mic. Okay, hold on.
Come on, Storage Hunter Hater wants to. I respect that. I respect it.
All right. Can anybody hear us now?
I don't understand. It's a MacBook.
Hi, Mommy. Yes, I can see you.
This is a MacBook. Come on.
Sound is fine on my end. Way to go,
Okay, wait.
Mike.
So turn up your speakers.
Yeah, maybe you guys need to turn up your speakers.
No, can everybody hear us now? Yeah, no. I just made a fool of myself the last 5 minutes.
Sound is fine on my end.
Couple more. Can you get a couple more sound is fine on my end?
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay, Sylvia Mancini, is that correct?
Yeah, ask her. Can she hear? Okay, can't hear
My
you.
mom still can't hear us. I'm watching you guys from Manchester, England.
Hold on. Let me adjust the setting right here real quick. We'll get this figured out.
Oh, this one can hear us.
Okay.
See?
Can everybody?
Storage Hunter Hater can hear us.
Okay. All right. So I'll make it really brief what we just said for those you didn't hear.
Hi guys from Scotland. Hey Scotland. Brandon's Scottish, just to let you know.
Irish, yeah, same thing. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Oh, it's loud now. They're saying.
Okay, so let me turn this down. Let's just meet halfway. How about that? Can't believe.
I got some questions. Let me go back because I'm trying to get the sound all worked out for you guys. Where can you find out who may have owned the units.
Okay, I'll answer all these. As long as everybody can hear me, I'll start going through these. I need everybody else can. Can everybody else hear?
My mom still can't hear.
feel
Mom,
like
turn up
it's
your speakers.
Okay, so I think we're good now. All right, good.
All right.
All right, so let's just recap what we were talking about. Basically, a lot of people
Well,
ask
answer
us.
that question first so that I don't have to go backwards.
All right.
So where can we find out
Okay.
about...
So the deal is this: how I do it, and this actually was a big part of the first season. I actually use a journal. Basically, it's called the Legal Journal, and it's
Daily
not
journal.
a daily journal. Excuse me. It's nothing new. It's been around, but only the best of the best use this. So long story short,
Cost a bit about probably almost close to $1,000 for the year.
and what this will give you access to is every person that's going up the lien auction or that sort of thing. And basically, it's kind of the tool that allows you to give you the upper hand on other bidders. And then what you do with that information is you kind of Google or LinkedIn or whatever the case is for these type of these type of people that have defaulted on their unit, and that gives you the upper hand to know what they may have done in the past, what type of assets they may have had, if it's worth your while to even bid on the bid. So that's what we use. It's called the Legal Journal, if that makes sense. On top of all that, you just use a really good eye too.
Okay. This one here says I'm watching from Morecambe. Is that right?
Morecambe, yeah.
Your show is awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate you watching.
So,
And I don't know if Sylvia heard, but a big hello from
So
California to Manchester, England.
John 906617. So I'm a boxer. I was a boxer. I still do now. I've gotten back into it somewhat. I actually have a whole setup my garage for training. I took a break for quite a while, and basically I decided to get back into it over the last, say, year, maybe 9 months to a year. Because obviously it's good to stay fit, it's good to stay healthy, and so there's a lot of motives for me to get back into it. So yeah, I was, and I currently am going back into it.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I have to take a minute out because my mom still can't hear, but I'm going to wave to my mom so that she sees that I know she's watching.
So
Jesse is the best. I beg to differ, but,
So let's
you're entitled to your opinion, I guess.
So as we got everybody on here now, and I just kind of wanted to wait to make sure that we had enough, and I'm seeing this thing light up like a Christmas tree. It was brought to my attention earlier today that apparently Jesse and Papa Bear, or Ron I should say, did a video, and there were some questions asked of that video that came over to us. One of them was apparently Jesse made a comment saying that what we film is not actually accurate as actually what he does when we have these altercations on the set. I can personally tell you, and I made this offer to him again, and I'll make it publicly right now while everybody's on here. I have offered Jesse the opportunity to meet me in any ring in a sanctioned fight legally, so that we don't have to worry about any type of repercussions after the fight. And I'm more than happy to offer this to him. I will even spot him a few points on the card.
I bet that Jake 9111 is Jesse, so let's just stop talking about that.
So I do make this publicly known and aware. I also offer that to Ron Kirkpatrick as well.
They'd have to get in shape first. That'll take too long.
I'll give them 90 days to basically get in shape.
Okay, let's see.
Things
Let me go back. Hold on.
I'm trying to go through these from start to finish.
Where do you find the journals?
Sure.
It's actually a publication. You can actually get it all over the United States. I'm unfortunately not sure about the UK, so I don't know where that differs, but it's actually called the Daily Journal. In order to subscribe for it for a year, it's about $1,000. With the $1,000, that gives you the list of every single public auction, when it is, where it is, the name of each defaulted unit, and who rented that unit. So it's kind of a good, look into who they were and, if the unit's worth bidding on.
So I got another question here that I'm getting. It says, have you ever had any issues with Jesse or any other bidders at any other auctions? I'll answer that. To be quite honest with you, me and Lori attend probably 400 to 500 auctions a year, thereabouts, whether it be Dan Dotson, Jay Michaels, Jim O'Brien, Thomas Hayward, the list goes on and on, Carl. from KE Auctions. Those are the main ones out here. To be honest with you, no, I have not had any other altercations with them outside because I've honestly never seen any of them at another auction. So we generally have our people we follow, and I've never seen them at those auctions. So no, what you see on TV is what you basically get.
Now let's go back to David. What's that say? David Candlish? What's the scariest thing you have come across?
Jesse? Papa Bear?
I think the scariest thing in a unit we've come across would have to be,
Probably the scariest thing would probably be, we found human teeth before.
Human teeth. Yeah, there was a unit that we had bought. It looked like a little old granny unit, and way in the back there was a big yellow envelope, and in the envelope there was a bunch of paperwork. At the very bottom there was some jewelry and some human teeth. Going through the paperwork, we found out that he was actually MIA from Vietnam, and they actually 23 or 25 years later found...
It was like 30, 35 actually. It was recent.
Something like that,
it's
yeah.
Like the last
found
2 or 3 years.
The remains of a plane that had gone down with a bunch of soldiers in it, and those were all that was left of the soldiers and their remains, so they identified the victims with their teeth and sent them to the family members. So it's kind of crazy when I tipped out the envelope and got human teeth in my hands. That was kind of gross, but we've held on to it all these years just in case I come across family members of that family to kind of give back what's left of that soldier who went missing in action.
With that being said, we thank all our military for giving us our freedom.
And then let's see, the next one. Oh, my mom can hear us now. Okay, I missed another one.
Okay, here's one. I'll take this one. Why do I have to keep hearing money all the time? It's annoying.
Oh, 20 messages.
Well, here's the thing. I will tell you this. T-Money is a great guy. And, you know, I've actually, me and Lori, we've talked to him. He's not a dumb guy. He has a little bit of a different bidding strategy than a lot of other people do, but he's probably one of the nicest guys you'll meet. So, you know, it's his trademark. You know, when we do other auctions with other auctioneers, you know, there's other catchphrases that other people use. That just happens to be his. It kind of gets the attention of the auctioneer. So with that being said, you know, he's a good guy. It's kind of his catchphrase, and we're just kind of used to it now. And
this Jake one, he's a real hater. Let me tell you, Jake 9111. Funny thing is that you say that I should have plastic surgery. I need it. You know what? I don't let comments like that really bother me. The fact that you say we should be scared of Jesse or Brandon should be scared of Jesse.
I just made an offer.
I really don't think that's necessary. You know, Jesse, you know, kind of is a chicken, and you know, I really don't see him causing much harm to Brandon or I. So, in all reality, you know what? If you feel I've needed plastic surgery, I don't care about haters. They don't bother me. You know what? I'm happy with who I am, and you know what? If you're gonna judge me for what I look like, then you're a shallow person. So whatever. Anyway,
let me ask you this: at what point does Jesse shave off that 75 pounds?
It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Storage Hunter hater. I heard you hate black people. Actually, I don't. So I don't hate anybody. And if I do, I hate them all equally, whether you're white, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. If you're going to act ignorant, I don't like you, and I'm going to tell you to your face. But normally I'm a pretty happy person.
I think I just got done saying two of the nicest people I've ever known are actually Green Mile and T-Money.
Yeah.
You know, two great people. I really, when we're not filming, I miss Green Mile. We keep in touch, I mean, when we can. I just saw them at a party last week. Both of them, great guys.
Okay, what's this one? Nigel Roberts, 374. Hi, Brandon, Lori. Can you say hello to me in... Oh, stop moving. Trowbridge in England. Love the show. Hi, Nigel. How are you? Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Okay.
I got like still 15
Hold
other
on,
questions.
I've got to go back. I know. Jesse's a nice guy. All you do is talk smack about him. No, I'm just coming back to the comments that he had mentioned about us during his live feed. That's fine. You know, I'm done talking about Jesse.
Has anybody watched the other video that Jesse put out? I haven't watched. I've only watched like 5 minutes of it. But for those of you that are on this big Jesse kick, you may want to go to the video that was just posted up on the True TV Storage Hunters fan wall. and you may want to draw your own conclusions from that. I mean, I'm a family guy. We're family people.
Okay. Joe Durant, if England started a Storage Hunters, would you guys come to England to bid? Absolutely. We've been really trying to get over to the UK. We've been extremely busy. We just finished up filming for our last half of the 3rd season, so I know the new one just hit you guys, and you should be getting that over in England soon. For the States here, that should be airing in November. But we would love to get over to England. Brandon's already been there. He's kind of been all over the place, and I haven't, so hopefully I'll get over there to go and visit and see. Andrew Woodcock 9, hello from England, love the show. Thank you, Andrew. Right. Jesse said he found teeth. WTF, who found the teeth?
I can address that. On the very first episode we actually, a lot of us that were the original storage buyers from the show, we did a Q&A with the network. We actually, if you go back years and years ago when the show started in 2010, 2011, we actually addressed that. We actually explained to people what we found in the bin. We just found it a week prior to that when filming the show. So if Jesse's saying that, obviously you can assume where we got the story from. Fair to say?
Let's see, what's this say? Hold on. Francis Maynard 54. Well, I think you look great, Lori. Thank you. I appreciate it. Done a lot of work, so it's paid off. Hello from the Maynards in Kent, Britain. Hello. Harry Ed 9899. I saw it, but I don't like Jesse that much.
Thank you.
Feelings mutual. Yay. Let's see. What else? What's wrong with these people posting horrible stuff? You keep yourself the way you want to. That's right. Is that Kiernan? 09Z.
Thank you.
That's right. Let's see. Nigel Roberts 374. Can I ask, do you have people lined up for your goods when you buy them? Go ahead.
It's a good question. Not always. I just bought, here's an example. I just bought yesterday 6 commercial industrial sewing machines. I bought them for about $2,000, and the reality was that I thought I would turn these over really quickly on eBay until I realized that the spread and profit is so wide that I thought eBay was like going to be my line of source. So no, in this case I'll probably have to sit on them, and I generally don't have a guy for every item I buy. In rare instances, I may have somebody may have asked me, say a week or two prior, if you come across this, let me know. But I'll be honest with you, generally when people ask you if you come across an item, let me know. They're generally not willing to pay top dollar, so I generally like to do things on my own and seek out the people rather than them seek me out. So, if that kind of answers it.
Okay. Now, DW5, that's my mom. Hi, Lori. Nice shout out to my mom. Love you. Andrew says, hi from Woody in England. Hi, Woody. How are ya? Lori, happy belated birthday from, oh, it keeps moving, McDonald 1. Thank you so much. That's another thing I want to apologize. We were going to do a live Ustream for the show on Tuesday for the premiere, but, it was my birthday, so we did go out to dinner, and, we're kind of big on family. We have 3 kids, in case you guys didn't know that. Our oldest is almost 20. Then we have a middle who's almost 17, and the youngest is 13. So you know what? They keep us busy. I'm cheer mom for the season, so I've been even more busy. But we really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys liked the premiere and enjoyed it. What's that standing behind you?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's our deck, our pool.
Oh, all right. It may be the video may be grainy.
That's my. You'll see that on an upcoming show. We actually won that. So to answer the question back further, do we keep anything from the bins? You know what? Brandon doesn't let us keep pretty much anything. He likes to get rid of stuff and get them out of there. He's always about the almighty dollar and making money, and you know what? That's kept us going for a good 16 years. So, you know what, we keep little things here and there. This is like a little froggy that I found, and I absolutely loved it. So, yeah, we did keep that one. Let's see. Let's see. What's your opinion on Obama and his opinion on Syria?
Don't get me started on this.
Oh, you don't want to get Brandon started on Obama.
You know what?
I think we should leave the political out of this
because of
we'll
the
be
whole,
going all day long.
The whole network thing, I can't really address it. I mean, I do have views on it, but because of contracts and legalities and that sort of thing, I had to say no comment. I'd love to address it, but I can't. So you can decide which way I go.
Yeah.
By how I said that.
Let's see. What are your kids' names? Our oldest is Brittany. Our middle is Christopher, and our youngest is Kayla. So, Kieran, that's your answer. And then David, is there something you would love to find? Brandon's response is always going to be just simple, plain out money. I can guarantee you, because it's easier.
Bars of gold, silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, any precious metals, anything I could turn into money really quickly. I like to buy things. I like to find things, I should say, that don't take me a whole lot of effort to move. So, obviously we have found golden units. Obviously one of the best scores I found was a jewelry box. And inside the jewelry box was a bunch of broken up gold chains. They were scrap, but by the time it was all said and done, we had about 2.3 pounds. It was like 37 ounces of gold, scrap gold, 14 karat. And this was at the height of the gold was like $1,900 an ounce. So we did pretty good on that one.
Okay, Mike Booth. Teddy Bear thinks you're Brill. Please say hello. Hi. I don't know what Brill means. I'm sorry. I'm not all up on this lingo from the UK. So I hope that's a good thing. Let's see. Joe Ria 5. Hey, the MC lady in the new season, what do you think of her? She's a bit freaky.
I'll answer that. Monet, to be honest with you, she's got a sharp head on her shoulders. Don't rule her out. She definitely has a good eye for things. She definitely has a different bidding strategy than most. But from what I can see, she's a very smart business person, and still my competition. So when the day ends and we're at an auction. Not my favorite person, but I respect her as a person.
Okay, we got Vicky. Hi, Vicky. I haven't seen you since the last auction. You know what? We found some okay stuff in the unit. Nothing really worth much of anything. No. There was a bunch of stuff from. She was actually a Miss Universe, and it was all like 80s throwback style clothes, kind of like that old Guess and whatever. So those sold for good money because, of course, the 80s are coming back. Yay! But yeah, so it was okay. We made money. We didn't take a loss, which is always a good day. How long do you have to look around a bin before bidding? That's from Marilyn NX.
So to answer your question, it varies by auctioneer, to be honest with you. If I go to Dan Dotson's auction, which is the Star Storage Wars, he'll generally give you 5 to 10 minutes. If I go to, say, Jim O'Brien, which is another auctioneer, he can give you as little as 30 seconds. So it all varies. So anywhere between 30 seconds and all the way up to 10 minutes.
It all really depends on how many units they have for sale that day. So if there's, let's say, 50 units, and they're rushing and they want to get this done, and they're just like, let's do this quick, bam, 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 take a look, and we're going to sell it. That's it. So you know what? If there's 5, then pretty much they'll give you all the time in the world to look. But it all really depends on how much auctions you have for the day. Let's see. I'm sorry. Let me go back. You guys are typing so quickly. Hold on. I appreciate it all.
The answer is Daryl.
Where's Daryl?
Right here. So Daryl asks, why do I always wear shades? Right. I'll answer that.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, when I was fighting, I took a bad hit to the eye. And there's nothing wrong with my eye, as you can see. It's just what happens is that my cornea got really messed up. So basically, the sun is very sensitive to that eye. So as a rule, I just wear sunglasses. Otherwise, it's very painful to have the sun hit it.
Awesome new series. Are the auctions still real, or are they really set up for TV cameras now? That's from John Ashton 100. You know what? We honestly have no idea what is in those units. We all bring as much cash as we want to bring that day. Whatever happens, happens. As far as the tension on the show, that's all real. After the show's done and over, we're done filming for that day. We don't get together and have drinks.
No.
You know what? We just honestly go there to make our money, and that's that. Plain and simple.
I think, I could actually just elaborate on that. in the beginning part of the series, going back a few years ago, a lot of us did. We were very close to some degree, not close in the sense of buddy buddy, but we were close enough where we would eat together, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The only best way to put it is we managed to stay grounded. A lot of the other people from a lot of these types of shows, not just this one, they get very swelled heads, and all of a sudden this is their new career. We have something to fall back on. We enjoy doing this. When we show up there to do this, we don't really think about the cameras being there. I'm just there to do my job, and that's it. If the cameras catch something they do, that's great. It makes a good show. If not, I always expect it's going to be a boring show. That's just how it is.
Now, Sylvia wants to know if Brandon watches English football. Let me tell you something about Brandon. Okay, I'm a huge sports fanatic, and I used to never, ever, ever miss a game of my Red Sox or my Patriots. But this business is tedious. And even when we post stuff on whether it be eBay or Craigslist or, getting ready for the swap meet, Brandon is so incredibly particular about everything, whether it be the pictures or the description or anything, that honestly his time is completely 100% consumed. And he doesn't get a chance to leisurely just sit down and watch too much sports or anything like that. So I hope that answers your question. Mike Booth 142, it's great that you actually promote recycling. We do. We think it's incredibly important.
Absolutely.
A lot of the items that, we can't sell or won't waste our time selling, we do recycle. For a lot of the household goods and whatnot, things like that, we actually donate a lot of them to our veterans. I think it's really important to us that they're taken care of because they're
Absolutely.
out there supporting us on the front lines. And, our way of, giving back is to definitely make sure that their lives are a little bit easier.
Are there any rules of Storage Hunters? There's not a lot of rules with any I'll just say any storage auction in general. The rules are obviously you can't touch anything inside the unit. You got to bid with what you have in your pocket. You can't run to the bank. And altercations actually are fairly common. When you're bidding on something that can make you a lot of money, more than what most people make in a month, 2 months sometimes, you got to understand where your emotions are going to come into play, and that's just how it is. You see something inside a unit, the bidding stops, and all of a sudden you have a chance to make 30 times or 40 times your money. That's like hitting the lottery for a lot of people. So that's why a lot of what you see happens. But as far as rules, not really. Just show up on time and make sure you have what you're bidding with in your pocket. That's that.
Joe says, Lori, the show over here has an old intro into the show, and you look different now. Well, here's the thing. So during the off season, Brandon got me training and trying to get fit. I had some health issues for a big part of my life, and I'm finally getting back and fit again. I've dropped about 35 pounds, go me. So yeah, I do look different and feel healthier, and now I'm kind of like right along my husband with supporting that good health for our kids and our family and anybody else that we come across. But thank you for noticing. I appreciate it.
Still got like a bunch of questions.
I know. I'm going up. Let's see. Are the fights with the good old boys for real, or are they just for camera?
They were real. I'll jump at that and say I can tell you.
Oh, let me tell you.
So here's the deal with that. We met the Taylor brothers in the first season, and actually it was just a coincidence thing. They were actually there for different reasons, and we just didn't get along. I will tell you, those fights are real. I've broken ribs. I've had arms fall out of their sockets, that sort of thing.
The Taylor brothers were our biggest contenders, I'd say. In all honesty, they made us work for our money, and I can tell you 100% that when he got in those fights, it was an equal painful partnership. Let me tell you. Brandon did crack 3 ribs and tore his rotator cuff, but I'll let you know that the Taylor brother, Dustin with the beard, he actually sat down afterwards and thought he was having a heart attack. So, you know what? Equal partnership of pain, but you know what? It just happens. We're all going after that same thing, and tensions are going to rise. This is the way we make our living. We don't have a 401k to fall back on. We don't have, the time off breaks that we can, take a day off and still get paid. It doesn't happen like that. So when you're all vying for that same bin, it gets a little crazy sometimes.
I mean, with that being said, we actually have mended our ways. I've talked to Dustin on a weekly basis.
Now that he's moved back to New Orleans.
Yeah, he's actually they're really good guys. You know, and I will say that they were probably some of my fiercest competition I ever dealt with. So,
what Alan1572 wants to know what percentage of your units don't make money?
A lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Percentage-wise, probably. You know, for
maybe
me, maybe 30. I'd say for the average person, and I always say this because I would never try to make somebody go out there and lose their money. Starting out, you'll probably lose 70 to 80% of your money, maybe 85%, because it's just so much work. So, you know, unless you really do your homework, you're going to lose money in this business right off the bat.
Hi, Brandon. Okay, hold on. I got to answer this question. This is pretty funny. From, what is that? BECC Ibrit. Hi, Brandon. Why do you always wear gray t-shirts? I think you would look good in a bright color.
Let me answer that.
He's the easiest person to shop for. If it's gray, he loves it.
Those are old shows.
He's still wearing gray. Come on.
The new shows actually do have a lot of different colors, in my opinion. So those are much older shows. I mean, those go way back in. I'll be honest with you. When I show up for an auction, I'm not there as a beauty contest. I mean, I do have a huge wardrobe, but if I'm going to get dirty, the last thing in my mind is to, you know, is to wear something that's going to show me getting dirty. So that's why we're gray.
Okay, I just saw a question. Hi, Brandon. Why? No, that's one. Why does it seem you are the only hated bidders? Let me answer that, Daryl. We are the fiercest competitors out there. We bring more money than anybody else does to the auctions. We've been doing this a whole lot longer than anybody else has. We know exactly what to look for. So they know that when we're bidding, it's going to be a good unit. And if not, then we're just doing it to, you know, get them off our case, and hopefully we get a bigger unit at the end of the day. But that would be the main reason why most of the other auction people are having issues with us. Genuinely, it's I think they're scared because they know that if we're there, we're at the auction, we're going to get the best unit and we're going to make the most money. Because when the day ends, experience really does play into this, and end of story. Let's see. Hey guys, only just saw this on Twitter. That was from Chris.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Chris Neves 37. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that I didn't put it out sooner, but we've been extremely busy. I just figured last minute I would go ahead and just put it out there on Twitter. I can't always coordinate everything that, you know, needs to run nicely, but thank you so much for joining us and watching. When you're filming, do you get auctions where there was nothing exciting in any of the bids?
Yeah.
We do. That's to CONRH. We do. They don't show those, though, however, because that would kind of make very dull TV. So usually when we're filming, we do a total of, you know, close to 20 auctions. Literally 4 out of those get shown, maybe, at some times. But in all honesty, there are some that aren't exciting. They're boring. They're just your normal everyday household items, or for the most part, pretty much empty, maybe a couple items here and there. We try to only pull in those units to show on TV that really, really make TV.
I mean, you have days that can you do twice your money. You have days that may only make you a couple $100. And you have days that make you a ton of money. So yeah, there's a lot. Unfortunately, there's a lot more days that make you double your money or a little less than the days that make you a ton of money.
And Harry Ed 9899, have you ever found something so weird the show hasn't been aired?
Yeah, actually, and I'm trying to think. There's been a couple of times it's happened. Trying to think of some direct instances. There has been, and I'm drawing a blank. Help me out.
We found a lot of weird things. Over the years, doing this for 16 years, there's been quite a number of them. My mom's on here, so I'm not going to say all the weird things that we found, but a lot lot of it
they were enough to not air them.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with what happens in the bedroom. Almost every single time there's something pertaining to that in a unit, which is crazy, because if it were me, I would never put anything like that in my unit. Oh, that just sounded wrong, but that's okay. Joe Durant, when Sean says all in fair warn, what does that mean?
Easy. Basically, all in fair warn means that he's going to call sold. So basically, you're fair warned that this is your last chance to bid, if that makes sense.
So that means if you want to be in, you go for it and you call whatever number you want right then, because otherwise it's gone.
That's it.
McDonald 1, do you have a brick and mortar? What is that?
Brick and mortar, like basically like a store, you know?
Oh, a brick and mortar.
Brick and mortar.
I got to get used to these UK
It's
names.
a back east terminology too.
It's not?
It is, believe me, it is.
Yeah.
We actually did, prior to doing the show. After doing the show, we actually had to shut it down because
we don't have time for it.
We just don't have time for it. So we did, but not anymore.
Does Sean make plenty of jokes since he's a stand-up comedian?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not that he tries to. It's just when you're a comedian, jokes come out. I guess the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Sean likes to make people laugh sometimes. The comedic does kind of relieve a lot of the stress of everybody being there in the morning and that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's just kind of something that comes natural with Sean.
Someone, Kieran, I believe it was, asked if we get stopped on the street. We do. We go to Vegas almost weekly, Brandon, of course, and constantly get stopped and asked for autographs or to take pictures. I'm actually the cheer mom for my daughter's squad, and I can't even run into the grocery store and grab waters without somebody going, calling my name down the aisle and asking for a picture. So it gets a little crazy sometimes, but you know what? We love our fans so much, and we appreciate you guys watching. So you know what? Any 5 seconds that it takes out of my day to go ahead and take a picture with our fans, we are definitely willing to do it.
Can you address that one? Because can you kick
Mario.
These?
Oh, where did that go? Mario. Is that my buddy Mario from Natick? Can you kick these guys, kick off these idiots with stupid and wasteful posts? I would love to. But you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and we put ourselves out on national TV. So, you know what? There's going to be haters everywhere. I'm not worried about it. I think we have enough people that, genuinely care and love us as fans and friends. And you know what? I think it's great. And as long as they're thinking about us, whether it's hating or loving us, that, we're still in their thoughts, I guess. Let's see. Do you find that since Storage Hunters aired, the more people have been turning up to auctions?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It used to be about, 30 people that used to come to the auctions.
I've gone to auctions where nobody's shown up at all, and I've had 6 units and I've won them all. And I've had other auctions where the average auctions say maybe like 4 or 5 people showed up on the average. After the show's aired, we were seeing, maybe 100, 200 people showing up. Now it's kind of gone back down. So we're kind of going back to what it used to be before all this. For about a 2 or 3 year period, it was huge. It was like 100, 200 people. You really just couldn't buy anything for decent money or even make a profit.
And there's our buddy Craig back from Massachusetts. Hey, Craig, how are you? Hope everything's good there in Massachusetts. What's that? Oh, Brandon will be right back, so I guess I'm hosting the show now. Yay! Turn up your volume. I think we had the problem in the beginning, and if you turn up your volume, I think you'll be able to hear. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up with all your comments, but there's so many. McDonald 1, I'm from Florida. It's a back east term. Really? I don't ever remember, hearing that. I don't know. Maybe I was just sheltered. Thanks, Mom. They are just jealous. Yes, they are, Mom. And it's okay. So don't be offended. I've been used to this. 3 years being on TV, it's kind of, I'm used to it. Do you see any of the other bidders outside the show? Well, Marilyn, Jesse actually lives in the same area as we are from. We don't bump into him often. We don't see him much. We are extremely busy people and are always on the go from the time we wake up until the time we go to bed. So, in all honesty, we really don't see anybody from outside the show unless it's during filming. Let's see. Are you any good at Texas Hold'em? You know what? Brandon does like his gambling. He likes his blackjack, his Texas Hold'em. He likes any slots, you name it. You name it. If it's in Vegas, he'll play it, and he's great at it. Sometimes too good. Let's see. I love Sean's nicknames.
Yeah.
You know what? They're pretty funny. Sometimes they get a little crazy. You know, we've had a couple people get really, really angry and actually leave the auctions. But you know what? In all honesty, he just loves to have a good time and make people laugh. And he doesn't mean it to be hurtful or hate on people. You know what? He's genuinely just looking to break up the day a little bit. It gets a little monotonous after, 30, 40 auctions a day. So, you know what? It's all in good fun. Mike Booth 142, our daughter lives in the U.S. Can we visit you sometime on our next visit? Absolutely. Of course. Come on over. We'd love to, have dinner. It's great. Do we go out to dinner with our rivals or a drink? No, not at all. No. Nigel, if you haven't heard, there's really no faking that. There's real rivalry. We don't care for them on or offset. So, let's see. Do you still have the supercar, David?
No, I do not. To be honest with you, it drove like a go-kart. And actually, which car are we talking about? Actually, I guess I'll refer to the Tesla.
The Tesla.
It drove like a go-kart, and basically, it just wasn't. It wasn't me. It was nice, but it just wasn't me. No, I don't have it. I didn't like it. So.
Okay. Nigel asks, can I ask, whenever I watch in England, there seems to be only the select few bid, Lori, why? Well, to be honest with you, we film all day long. All day long for about 12 hours, we are filming. We literally have to cut that down to 22 minutes of airtime. So, literally the whole day is filmed, and then they chop and put everything together. 22 minutes isn't a long time. We've actually been on here for double that amount. So you can imagine that when they do have to clip and show it,
yeah.
they try to get the main rivals in as often as they can to actually express to you guys what actually happens at these auctions and try to make it as clear as they possibly can.
I can actually further that. There has been people that have won before that just didn't air. Other bidders that nobody even knows.
Do you have any pets at all? We do. We have 2 dogs, Jack and Bella. They are both Maltese poodles. And then we have 3 cats, which is Mittens, Lily, and Jasper. We used to have hamsters too, but we're done with animals for now. We've got a farm going on, so we'll just keep it at that. Harry says, come over to the Lake District, guys. It's a great place. Have you been to the Lake District?
Where's that at?
I would assume England?
No, I was all over, but I may have been there.
He's been to, Liverpool. He's been to London. He's been to Italy. Everywhere. What's that one?
I guess.
It says, hi guys, what's that? D-O-R-R-O-C-H.
D-A.
Oh, D-A-R-R-O-C-H. Jason.
We'll just say
hi
Jason.
Guys. Hi. Let's see. Sorry guys, I gotta go back up. Have you ever had a fight with a rival off camera? No. We don't see them. We choose not to. We don't associate in the same places. To be honest with you, like we said previously, we are really big on family. We try to, make sure our children know morals, right for wrong. At work, it does get a little crazy, so it's a little difficult there. But in our off life, we are the average, everyday, normal family. And you know what? We go to karaoke weekly. We have a good time. Our kids come. So, you know what? When we're not filming, when we're not buying auctions, most of the time we're just together. And we don't really go out too often and live it up.
Our main thing is we try to dedicate at least 1 to 2 days a week.
I could go get Bella.
No, don't do that.
I could get Bella.
I should start barking.
I'll put it back in.
1 to 2 days a week, we try to basically support our veterans, try to help them out. We send over care packages overseas to the military, that sort of thing. So Blue Star Mothers, my wife's a part of. I help out with that. We just try to just give back, because we've been very fortunate. So let me see if I can start answering these questions myself. Do you plan to come to England at all in the near future? We do. We planned to come out there about 2 months ago, and unfortunately we got tied up with a lot of other loose ends and buying and selling. So it didn't work out too well, and we just didn't have the time. But yeah, we do plan to come out there within the next few months. So I'm going to go back on here. Is there a box of the Storage Hunters available in the UK? There actually is. I actually looked into it. There's a place called Yellow Box Storage House or Storage Places, whatever.
This is Mittens. This is my favorite kitty, and I've had her for 16 years.
Yeah.
So everyone say hi. Hi, Mittens. Okay, now she's got to go back inside because she hates the outside.
Let's see. Who's your favorite rival bidder? Okay, that's a good question. Favorite rival bidder, honestly, would probably be the Taylor brothers. Although they're not on there anymore, they probably are the best at what they do. And moving past that, second best would probably be something that's not even on TV. It's actually a friend of mine. When we're not bidding against each other, my worst enemy when we are. So, if I have to do people that you guys would know, it'd be the Taylor brothers. But not a favorite, just a respect for them.
Do you plan to come to England at all in the near future? Yeah, I think we answered that earlier. We definitely do. We can't wait to go. It should be a good time. Things get a little crazy when we're filming. We really don't have the opportunity to get there. When we're not filming, the kids get in school and sports and the whole 9 yards. And, we don't have time for that either. So I'm hoping during the next vacation break that we have, we'll be able to get over there.
Let's see. That's going too fast.
I know.
Let's see.
How do you feel when you score big?
Not really like I used to. It's kind of like gambling, When you get
every day is like Christmas to him.
When you get your first score, basically, it's cool, it's big, but after a while, it just becomes kind of common. So it's not like, unless it's really, really big, it's not a big deal. It's just, it's just making an income. Just trying to go back.
Please, Brandon, say Manchester City are the best.
Sure, please. Manchester City are the best. What are we talking about?
Oh, are we back on that again?
All right, it's got to be something to do with football.
Football.
Manchester City is the best. All right.
You know what? I would normally sing for you guys because obviously if I do karaoke every week, I don't care. But I have the worst cold. I've actually had the biggest cold since we got back from filming the last season or the last episode of the season. And I can't get it to go away, so I'm not going to kill your ears. So maybe next time, hopefully in a week, I'll feel better and I'll be able to sing for you.
Chris, Neves 37, I hope I said that right. That's actually...
the question is, Lori, have you shot at Brandon recently? Close one, Brandon, wasn't it?
To answer that, things like that aren't uncommon. I mean, things like that, not specifically that incident, but there are a lot of close calls in this. I mean, you never know what you're going to grab out of something or what's going to happen, or, there's all kinds of weapons and bins. You just don't know. I mean, I've cut my hand on knives before. I've broken glass, where my hand went right through the glass and I had to go to the hospital for stitches, that sort of thing. It's dangerous, believe it or not. It really is.
Mike Booth, writing feature film, Storage Hunters, hope you will be the leading couple. That would be great, depending on what it's about. Lauren Brandon, if you did not do, from Nigel Roberts, 374, if you did not do Storage Hunters, then what would you do?
I've been doing this.
Brandon's a hustler.
It's a career. I mean, there are other ways to make money out there besides storage auctions. So to answer that question, I would probably find another way to make money, via reselling or buying and reselling. So, I'm sure my options won't just die out. I get calls all the time to to come do liquidations, factories, that sort of thing. So I mean, I always have other options open. So you know, if they were to all end tomorrow, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Let's see if I've missed anybody. If I've missed anybody, rewrite your question, because I'm sorry, there's so many on here. Drew Mac 141999, come to the island of Wight, England. We're hoping to. We're hoping to get all over. So hopefully we'll be able to get there soon enough. Mario, I agree with you. I'm not going to say it out loud, but I do agree with you. Let's see. Great show. Ignore the haters. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I still got to kind of give some of these questions. Well, actually, I'll do them right now while you're doing that. Let me see here.
And I will say to, who was that?
We did our best.
Nigel, I'm glad you love karaoke, and hopefully I'll be able to sing with you, but usually I sing a little bit of everything, whether it's like the B-52s, some country, some, you name it. I sing it all. It's just a good time, and you know what? I like to get out and, you know, laugh a little bit, have fun.
So to answer, these are some questions that came in earlier before the whole Ustream thing went up. And it's, I mean, I'm just going to be fair about it. I got asked, how big is Green Mile? Green Mile is probably about 7 foot, maybe 6'11", 6'10". He's a big guy, okay, but probably the nicest, biggest teddy bear you ever want to meet in your life. I'm not saying he can do some damage. I'm just saying, as far as we're concerned, we love him to death.
If you're on his good side, it's all good. When you get him mad, forget it.
See if I can breeze through these. The other one was...
have you ever considered retiring to the end of World?
No. No, I have not.
Nope.
No, I probably should. No. No, I'm a ways away from that. But, you know, this business will beat you up. It's a tough business. So
Storage Hunter Hater wants to know, how long have you been buying storages? Together, we've been doing it for about 16 years. Brennan's always been buying and reselling for years and years, since he was probably about, what, 10?
Storage Hunters specific, or Storage Ox specifically, maybe about 18 years, maybe 19 years. You know, I've been big into it for, you know, at least 16 years. And it made it my primary source of income.
What's the largest profit you guys have ever made? We actually bought a bin up in Tehachapi, California. It's probably not our largest, but it's the most memorable. So I think it's our greatest profit, to be honest with you, because we paid $25 for the unit. So nobody else wanted it. Actually, the guy from Storage Wars was there, Dave Hester, the guy that goes, yup. He passed it right up. So we got the bin at a steal for $25. And in it were all the original negatives of Big Sur and Woodstock. It was pretty amazing, pretty historical to go through these and look at them with, you know, Jimi Hendrix and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and Joni Mitchell, and just Joan Baez, everybody. It was amazing, and we made a very good amount of money off of that one.
But it's hard to say if that was, I still think that might have been the biggest. It's hard to say because, to be honest with you, with that particular unit, it took probably 7 to 8 months to move all the stuff, so I never really sat down and added up all the figures from that particular unit, but it could have very well superseded any other thing we bought. It just was a long, long profit investment. I mean, it took months upon months to move.
Okay.
I can answer that one.
Which one?
Because I'm trying to start from down here. A few months back, you started wearing makeup and fixing your hair. Okay, I can answer that. In TV, and I don't think I'm crossing my boundaries here, you're somewhat told what you can wear, what you can't wear, for a lot of different reasons. I'm not going to step on feet and violate any contracts here, but basically, if you see a certain appearance going on TV, chances are, and it doesn't look indicative of that person, chances are they've probably been told to act like that or be like that. That's the bottom line. So if a certain character is wearing a certain style, chances are they've been told that's the character they want to be portrayed as. Is the best way to put it.
Yeah. At first, to be honest with you, you know, when you're going and doing a job like we have, you don't get all dolled up and pretty. You know, I understand at Storage Wars, she wears dresses. She's a great person, and I love her. Yeah. But Jared does a lot of the manual work. You know what? We do it ourselves. We don't hire people for the most part. We do all the heavy lifting, all the work ourselves. So you know what? I don't have time to wear heels and a dress and a pretty hat and whatever. So you know what? Jeans and a t-shirt it is. And there's days where you're in a rush and you've got so much to do that you just walk out the door and you're good to go. So I hope that answers your question.
So I'm trying to do these before they go too fast. Okay, Ross XXXXX. Is that your house? This is not. This is my talent manager's house. No, I'm joking. It's not. This is my house. Yes, this is my house.
This is our pool.
Yeah.
You all see it in the background. Yeah, you want to take a dip with us? Come on, the weather's beautiful. It's actually about like, what is it, 105?
Something like that.
Something like that. It's hot. You guys should come join us because it's beautiful out here.
Do you want your kids to become storage hunters? You know, not really.
No.
It's a tough business. It'll beat you up. And I don't know. You know, it's quite a bit different than it is. It's quite a bit different now than it was, say, 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. So to answer that question, no, because I don't know if they'd be able to survive off what you really get in there now. I mean, it seems like most of the really good bins are pretty much gone. I mean, they're out there, but it's few and far
Since the
between.
shows, a lot of people have stopped keeping their stuff in storage. So it's getting harder and harder to find those good deals. Another thing is, you know what, I know that the other ones who had a Ustream chat had said that I'm fragile because I got heat stroke in the middle of the summer when it was 115 degrees. I wouldn't call that fragile, but you know what happened? I didn't feel good. I would love to keep my kids away from having to work out in the heat and the conditions all the time, year-round, whether it be freezing cold and snowing or 110 degrees. I'd love for them to have a nice cushy desk job and not have to do much of anything to make good money. So.
Heat stroke is not uncommon in this business, especially these parts of the West. I mean, it gets very hot out here, so when you're buying a unit in the desert, let's say, it's not uncommon. I mean, I guess the only thing really to keep you going a lot of times is water, and the ones that are actually still standing, you know, that act like nothing's wrong with them.
Haven't worked as hard as we do.
Well, they're probably on drugs or something because their mind is probably altered from how really hot it is.
Up there every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Can you smile, please, Brandon?
I am smiling.
Oh, see that? Come on.
I always smile. I don't know where that
No, you know what?
I know.
Here's the thing. Brandon's a very, very serious person. It's extremely hard to get him to smile.
You know what it is?
Sometimes.
I do smile a lot. You know what it is I never wanted to be the class clown. There's a lot of class clowns out there. We all know a few on the show. I'm not looking to be the class clown, but I do smile. You know, if you don't see it, it's just because the camera or the production chooses not to portray me in that way. But there are a lot of different moments where, you know, we find funny things and I do laugh. It's just sometimes I may be portrayed in a different way, and so that's why you don't see me smile.
Someone wants to know what's T-Money's real name. His real name is Terrell Wright.
Yeah, and he's a great guy. He's got a fan page. I think you can find him on Facebook at Terrell Wright, which is kind of his fan page as well.
Would you say, Brandon, you're a bit of a bellboy in English?
Del.
Oh, Del boy in English.
You know, Nigel.
You said you like to sell things.
I'm more of a Mac person. Is that what we're talking about, Dell?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. I don't know. Yeah, I'll say yeah to that. You know, sure.
Are you going to any auctions anytime soon?
Yes. I just went to one yesterday, and I am going to one tomorrow, right down the valley. So, yes.
Let's see. You guys are awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that. It's 105 here in Santa Clarita, too. It's near LA. Hi, Jesse. How you doing? Yeah, we're in Santa Clarita as well. The other couple was awesome, not them.
Okay.
You're entitled to your opinion.
That's
cool.
Good.
Can I ask what's the most expensive thing you have bought?
Oh, yeah, I can tell you that. Long story short, at a unit down in North Hollywood, and it was a wardrobe unit for one of what I thought was going to be CBS for Law & Order or one of those other CSI shows.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the other one.
No. So basically the bidding started getting out of hand. It ended up going for about $18,000. Now I figured I had my money back on the wardrobe alone. I got inside, and this particular auctioneer, which I will not name, really misrepresented the unit. So long story short, it ended up belonging to an independent movie production that really nobody even heard of, and it was basically an $18,000 loss.
Let's see. Brandon, do you go to any big boxing events? It's your
I do.
blood.
I actually just got back from the MGM. Actually, is down there with some of the minor fighters going to be fighting in the Mayweather fight coming up, and I got some new gear up there. I got some shirts, that sort of thing. They kind of just threw it to me, and talked to some promoters up there about my options as far as going back into it. So yes, I do. I do plan to go to the Mayweather fight as well.
Wasn't he a stand-up comic? T-Money, that is.
He was, yeah.
Yes.
I think he still is.
He's
and
still
again,
trying to
I
do that,
encourage everybody to go out there, and if you are nearby, check him out. I mean, he's a funny guy. He's a likable guy, and T-Money, I don't think has tried to primarily make this his income, but will definitely say he's learning pretty quick. He's catching on pretty quick. So, he's got a lot of skills, and he's definitely put it into use. Canary Islands.
Can you do any other accents? No. To be honest with you, the only time my Boston accent comes out is when I'm talking really fast or yelling at my kids. Then they know I'm angry. So when you hear my Boston come out and you hear that, dropping the R's.
I should be able to. I mean, I'm from Scotland. I'm not from there, but I mean, my heritage is in Ireland. So you would think I would, but no, the most I can do is a Boston accent. That's it. So.
Chris Neves, 37, Lori, I've tweeted you from Hot Stuff Photos. Get this on YouTube. Okay, I'll take a look. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of scared, but we'll take a look. Let's see. You guys live in Santa Clarita. Holy cow, I've never have seen you guys. What part do you live in? I'm not going to answer because I know it's Jesse. Where do you go on holiday?
Vegas.
Vegas, yeah, a lot. When we're not filming, we do try to get back home to Boston. My whole family's still out there. When I was younger, we used to go to New Hampshire, so I'd love to get out to New Hampshire and go camping, some real hometown camping, tents, no campers, no nothing. Tents and a nice fire. So that's where I'm going to be happy. Who usually picks the best bins?
It varies.
It varies. I think, I think as we're a team and we work really well together, there's a lot of times where, I don't feel the bin that Brandon's looking at and it ends up okay. There's a lot of times where he totally doesn't agree with mine and it ends up okay. There's times that we, agree with each other and we lose out. So.
Well, no, I mean, our best way to put it is this. In reality, the majority of bins that you see, if you have any skill or if you have any skill to what you do in this business, you generally know what you're going to make by looking at it when the door opens. It's not common that every bin you look into, you have no idea what it is and you're just taking a gamble. If that was the case, you'd have a lot of broke people. So most of the time we kind of agree on what bin to go with, and we go from there. But there are times when I'm reluctant to bid and she goes a little higher, it ends up panning out, and vice versa. So
all right, we're going to answer 5 more questions, and then we've got to get going. One of the questions is, what's both of your middle names? My middle name is Marie.
I'm part of the witness program. I can't give that out.
So. Brandon won't give you his middle name.
It's not a common one.
Let's see. Are you not recording this? Get this on YouTube for those of you who missed it.
I am recording it.
We're recording it.
It says stop report, so it'll be on there. Hero Unboxing. I'm going to go way back in this one. I'm going to age myself. It wasn't around at my time, but Marciano.
Really, over Shamrock?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Ken Shamrock wasn't really a fighter. He was UFC.
I get that,
but boxing-wise, Rocky Marciano.
Okay, so boxing is that, and for UFC,
Ken Shamrock, yeah. And I've talked to him. We've done interviews with him. I have a lot of respect for him, but boxing is going to be Marciano.
Is Jesse a bit of a wanker?
Well, I know wanker's not good, so I'm going to agree with you on that, Matt.
Yes. Lori, any family work for any wholesale clubs back east?
Wholesale clubs? What does that mean?
Sam's or Costco or something?
Oh, no.
No, my father was a police officer. My brother is a car salesman. And my mom actually drives a school bus for 38 years. Go mom. But no, nobody works at a wholesale club. If you were superheroes, what would your superpower be? Ooh, good question.
I guess to be like Jesse.
Yeah, right. I think... Let's see, what would mine be? I think I would have to say I would be invisible.
I'm going to answer this one.
Yeah.
My thoughts on pro wrestling, Brandon, you're a boxer, but what are your thoughts on pro wrestling? To be honest with you, if we're talking fake or if we're talking real, it's a tough bag. Let's just go to the fake. Still a sport, still takes a lot of energy, still takes a lot of strength. So I do have respect for those guys. Real wrestling, pretty tough sport. But the two are just so different from each other. I mean, I've watched guys that were pro wrestlers that really just got beaten in the ring by no-name boxers. So they're just two totally separate sports. I respect them. I guess I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Lori usually picks the best bins. Aww.
Well, the ones you see on TV.
You're right. Hey, Sandra, how are you? What made you choose our community to live? Isn't it awesome? Yeah, that's why it's called Awesome Town, of course. You know what? It's pretty awesome. I'm not a busy city person. I hate the city. Where I grew up back east, it was quiet, kind of that hometown feel. And when we were looking at all the other places to live, whether it be LA, Santa Monica, all those, you know what? I just like to live quietly. I want my kids to go to a great school and in a quiet community. Here's where we ended up. I love it. Which one did you want me to answer?
No.
Underneath here.
One more, right?
One more,
All
okay.
right.
I'm not Jesse. I work for Pilot, not Storage Hunters. Okay. I don't know what to answer on that one.
My apologies if that's the case. You know, unfortunately, this is what we usually deal with.
Yeah.
No, to answer that one. As far as
you got to tell them which one you're answering.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it, but it says, Brandon and Lori, are most of the auctions that you do you have to travel to? Yeah, there's a lot of times it could be 150 miles away. If I think it's worth it, I'll drive down there. For example, there's a lot of auctions that are done down in San Diego. That's
Vegas.
Or Vegas, 150 to 300 miles away. If I feel the investment's worth it, I will drive down with a trailer, pick up, and then drive back. So yeah.
Okay, last one. How do you feel when you see yourselves on TV? It's kind of weird. I'll give you a little story. When we went to Vegas, shortly, it was like right after the first season had shown, and somebody kept staring at us. I'm like, oh my God, is there something in my teeth? And I'm like, Brandon, why are these people looking at me? And what's going on? And come to find out that they were just huge fans of the show. He came over to Brandon to shake his hand, and he was shaking like crazy. He was just so nervous. And so you know what? Sometimes we forget because we haven't changed ourselves, and we never will. We are who we are in real life, and you know what? We're wild and crazy, and you know what? That's who we are. But we're just normal, everyday, average people, and we just keep it real. So it's kind of weird seeing ourselves on TV, but we're still getting used to it. So I hope you guys love the show. That was our last question or last answer.
Let me just sum it up.
One more.
So I'll sum it up. Well, it's not a question, basically. So this is actually something that just came on my phone literally 10 minutes ago. And apparently they must have watched the Jesse Papa Bear YouTube video. I'll make this offer to all you guys that are out here, and this one will be put on YouTube. Apparently Jesse has claimed that he's broken my ribs during filming, and he's broken my arm and that sort of thing. Well, here's my offer to him. Why don't we have a sanctioned fight where we don't have to worry about police being involved or anything like that? Something where the general public and the fans can watch, and let's see how tough you are. I'll give you 90 days to get in shape. I'll give you 90 days to get your act together, learn how to fight, and let's see if your mouth is as big as you, or rather vice versa. You're as big as your mouth. I mean, the bottom line is that I'm not on here trying to bash people, but it's just kind of funny that all these instances referring to, and this was brought to my attention, I've never heard of. So that's my offer to you, Jesse, if you do happen to catch this. Let's have
and really quickly, that N. Kraus, 65.
Yeah.
My birthday's next week. Can you say happy birthday? Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! So we got it, right?
Yeah. So I think that's it. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully next week, when it's not my birthday, we'll be able to chat live with you guys during the show and answer your questions that you might have for that. And I think that should be it.
Yeah.
All right.
And thank you, Jake, for tuning in. It was appreciated.
Yeah. Have a good one.
And we'll
Happy hunting, everybody.
All right. Stop broadcast. Stop recording.